Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Red Mist in the house once again. How you doing? I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great. Or should I say, whatever. We messed up the intro, but whatever. We are playing a brand new game for me. Well, it's not a brand new game for me. It's a brand new game to the channel, but it's an old game for me. I used to play Star Wars Force Collection quite a lot, and then I stopped playing it because of other stuff and things. I got crazy with work, and then I played other games and blah 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 blah. But we're back. As of May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th, I kind of just had a binge watch of all the Star Wars films over those 2 days, and it got me back into it. I saw the app still on my phone, and I thought, let's give it a go. And I've kind of become a little bit addicted again. Really, really loving it. Doesn't seem to want to load up my champion, but it is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I just think it's a really cool picture. Now, if you haven't already played this game, the principle of it is very, very simple. It's literally a tap and play game. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit of pay to win. Or not so much pay to win, but pay to have the good cards. It's very hard to get 5-star cards, and when you do get 5-star cards, they're normally very low tier 5-star cards. So I'm not going to lie, it is fairly hard to get the very good stuff. Now, I'm going to show you my formation. The formation that I've got, they're kind of low tier 5-star cards, but for the formation that I'm going to be running, it's very good. Now, this Grand Moff Tarkin, for example, he's one of the lowest tier 5-star cards, but because of his defense is so good, he's in this particular combination that I'm going to be running. He's going to be working amazing for me. I'm going to be looking at using a blaster deck. There's very, very different decks in the game, tons of cards, there's ridiculous amount of cards, but the particular deck that I'm working on is a Dark Side Blaster deck. So, by blaster deck, what I mean is that they're mid-range cards, so they all use guns. As you can see, the Grand Moff Tarkin, his attack is 1000, or yeah, 1000, and his defense, or is it 1000, 1000? Yeah, it's 1000. And then his defense is 13. So he's a very good defensive card. You can get awakened cards, like for example, right here, the Boba Fett, for example. He's my mid-tier card because he's got 14k attack and he's only got 9000 defense. So he's going behind, so that because obviously he dies a lot quicker. But if you look in the top right of this card, there's a little grey circle. If that was to be if you was to awaken this card, his attack would actually be 17,000. So it does a lot of damage. But there's only certain cards that you can awaken. You can't awaken all of them and stuff like that. But depending on what you do, depends on what you have. So this particular card here is a 3-star card, but it gives a 10% boost to the 3 dark cards in front of it. So this one is the one on the right hand side. So this Boba Fett, that Boba Fett, and this dark Shadow Trooper will get an extra 10% on their attack, health, repel, defense, accuracy, evade. And that's 10% per card, so it really does add up quite a lot. So he gets a hell of a lot more damage. He's going to be kicking out something like 16,000 damage instead of 15,000, and if he was to be awakened, it's closer to 20,000, stuff like that. So it's pretty crazy, pretty damn crazy. You've got people like the Obi-Wan Kenobi, who's got a special ability which is called Vehicle Support. So when there's enough space in the deck, I can actually call, his special ability will actually call a vehicle, so it just adds that little bit of diversity to the team and stuff like that. My cards aren't all 5 stars yet, haven't quite got to that point. There's crazy stuff going on. I'm only level 65, but for being level 65, I've got a very good team. I believe I'm class 10 right now, and the max class is like class 12. It might be higher than that. I'm not too sure. I can't quite remember. Um, I'm not sure if there's a way to see the max class now, because when I used to play it, the max class was level 12. Oh, sorry, I'm class 11 right now. No, there's not a... There might be, but I can't remember how to look at it. So, as you can see down the bottom here as well, boys and girls, this is my leveling up rounds. So, every now and then, over the course of 2 days, these battles play automatically. So, obviously, round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I won them all. And round 7 is yet to play. So when that game does eventually play, which is at 3 o'clock ET time, whatever time that is in the UK, I have no idea. But as you can see, by having victory points of 18, undefeated, that actually puts me in second place. So one of these guys down here is also undefeated somewhere. I'm assuming it is this guy in round 7, because he is in a class 10. It could have been him, but because I've beaten him, it obviously isn't. He's the only one I haven't played, so he's the only one it can be. But anyway, that's enough of that. We're going to go in and we're going to show you the quests. So with the quests, you've got a couple of different things. You can do the current quest, and now the quest isn't anything to talk about really. It's literally you pop into this screen, you tap the screen, and you kill the NPC. That is it. You do it to level up. As you level up, you get crystals, and you also level up, so you become a higher level. From leveling up, you get more XP, so that you can obviously do the map quests and stuff, and all that good stuff, like when events are happening. Now, when you're in quests, you can select a map quest as well. So in the map quest, there is a few different arenas that you can go and fight in, starting on the good old Tatooine. And obviously, as you go through the game, they get harder and harder. So it's kind of like a quick little thing that you can do. So let's just go to Endor, and we're trying to get a Luke Skywalker because we want to get the an 8 of 16 version of him for the X-Wing. So basically, when you go in here, you can see the rewards, different casts of rewards. All of these holocorn things are for awakening the cards to make them the better stats. But as standard, the main reward we're trying to get is the Luke Skywalker. So the card in the map is a very small chance of getting it. So it's pretty much standard of you just kind of push through the event, you just tap it and you move forward. You've got to work your way to the end of the map. As you go through, the maps become bigger. You can search the map and find hidden treasures and stuff like that. As you can see, that's the little map here. I've purposely selected a low level one. One, because of not having too much energy at the moment, because I've let it recharge enough to do a little bit of a video, but not enough to like go to the bigger maps. So as you can see, the ally on the map that I've found, he reveals the map info if you decide to go for that. The orange flashing dots are enemies, the yellow dots are treasures, containers, and white's allies. The starting point is blue, you're the green arrow, and you've got to find the boss. Now, when you do find the boss, he has a little like a little clone soldier face up in the corner of him, so you can tell the difference between just a standard troop or the boss. So, for example, if you look down there, on the left-hand side, the Ewok hasn't got anything, but the Luke Skywalker's got a little clone trooper symbol on him, which indicates that he is the boss of that particular map. These ones aren't very hard, so as you can see, once you win, I purposely got it so that you skip the battle phase because it's nothing really to watch at the moment. When it's on the harder levels, it is, because it gives you a very good understanding of tactics and stuff for fighting human players. So it's very interesting to actually look at the NPC formations because it can give you some very good tips. I'm not looking at them because for them particular battles it just wasn't even worth showing you those battles. Now what I'm going to do though is I'm going to go into a live battle. Well, it's not a live battle, it is a live battle for us, but it's just against a random deck that someone else has already set up, so you can look at what they're running. Now you kind of have to be a little bit careful because of you need to look at what cards people are running as to what cards you're running. So there's a lot of strategy in this game. If you prefer to just put cards in and let them battle, I would strongly suggest this game is not for you. So when you go into the battle system, you can see your particular deck. Now bear in mind, my cards aren't fully leveled up either. Even though I've got Emaxes, they're not all fully leveled up because I don't have the training remotes to upgrade their skills, and I don't have credits to upgrade all of their levels, so they're not fully kitted out. Whereas this guy might be completely fully kitted out and he might absolutely dominate me. But as you can see, his front row is full of 4 stars, mine is 5 stars, so I've probably got a very good chance at beating this guy. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit the battle, and it's going to take you into the next strategy, into the battle scene. Gives you little bits of tips on vehicles and whatever. So this is pretty much the battle screen. You can do crazy little things. I like this little bit at the very beginning. Normally, if there's sort of 2 cards on your side or 2 cards on card on your side and the opponent's side that are in the same kind of era of card, or films, they will actually interact with each other. So as you can see, my upgrades are kicking in first. You get your formation bonus, so the better that your team is formatted, the better your formation bonus is. And now you can kind of see that some of my cards are going to kick in with their special abilities, and upgrade my team's damage capabilities. And then the same deal for him. His team's going to kick in and either upgrade or degrade the team's abilities. So as you can see, his ship is going through the whole entire row of my cards and really damaging my deck. So the fact that he's got that ship in his deck has really hurt my deck. But overall, we're able to take him out still because our damage is so much better. But if you look at that one ship, his actual troops weren't able to do the job, but his spaceship that he's been using, it pretty much destroyed near enough my whole entire team. So they are a good combination, or they are a very good card to put into the deck rather than just 5-star cards. You can go and use the spaceship and go and put some like good pilots in there, and they could do a lot more damage than what your troops might be able to do. So very fun. I'm really enjoying the game. I don't know if you've enjoyed this little tutorial of me playing it. I hope you have. But loads of stuff and things that you can do. The video's already getting really long, so maybe I can show you more in the next videos. If you enjoy it, hit that like, subscribe and share button for me. Show some support, and I shall see you in the next video. Peace on the streets. Whoa.